Hi guys, it's AB, and in today's video I'm gonna do a short review of the latest limited unit, Aram, and we'll be looking at her skills, how to build her, and why she's so good in like RTA and Guild Wars. So let's take a look at her skills right now. So her S1 is a pretty straightforward S1, 30% chance to stun a unit, 35% chance with a soul burn of 100%, something like Blue Para, right? Nothing too crazy, but a pretty solid S1 nonetheless. So her S2 is what makes her really good. Why do I say that? So what does her S2 actually, prevents? Her S2 prevents your opponent from picking units like ML Lua or Lidica in RTA. Now, why do I say that? Alright, for now we have to, move to Lidica and take a look at her skill set. So Lidica's S2 reduces decreasing buff duration by 1 turn, right? So the keyword is decrease buff duration. So as long as you have like 2 turns or even 3 turns immunity in Aram's case, she can never ever strip you. So this is really huge because like her S2 basically only works against immunity set, right? And now let's take a look at Lua. Yep, it's also the same thing as Lidica. It decreases the buff duration by 1 turn. So as long as you are going second, you can never ever get stripped by either Lua or Lidica, right? So that's really huge because it's not just you know 1 turn or 2 turns immunity. It's 3 turns. So even if they have Lua and Lidica together and they both press S3, they both use S2 and S3, you're still gonna have 1 turn of immunity left. So this skill is like really good. It forces your opponent to, not press on those units, right? So, yep, kind of good. And also, if Lidica press S2 for some reason, you get Vigor and 10 souls. So, not very wise to press, I guess. Her S3 is basically, 100% CR push, and it gives a buff that increases your damage dealt by 20% for one attack. I would say it's pretty good, but it's also very hard to set up. Because you want to use a unit with a high impact S3. Units like Strays, units like BBK, units like Summer Huayang, right? So if you don't have units with high impact on S3, eh, this really doesn't do much, right? So, yep, you kind of have to run a DPS with like a crazy S3, preferably, a nuke. Otherwise, you're not gonna get much value out of a S3. So how do you build Aram? Well, Aram can be built in two ways. For me, I have an all-rounder build. So, it really depends on where you want to use her and how you want to use her. So if you're going to build her in RTA, I would say Potion Vow is still the best artifact. Why do I say that? Because in RTA, if you like to use Renak, Potion Vow cleanses Renak, which is very useful and allows her to do more damage. And also, there isn't really a must-have artifact on Aram. Even her own artifact isn't that crazy. So, I think Potion Vow is fine. But if you're gonna play stuff like Amid, Strays, I guess her own artifact is pretty good. So it really depends on how you want to run her and who you run her with, right? But for now, I'm gonna do a showcase on her with Huayang basically. Because like, why do I say her and Huayang? Because remember how her S2 provides Vigor, and it basically is gonna proc Hua the moment her Seti uses S3. So she's a very good Seti counter, and I guess I'll show you guys why. Alright, take a look at this team, right? So here's her Seti, Senya, and Mott, and Poly, which means if I were to bring young Senya, I cannot proc, because there's a Poly. So I cannot use this team that I always use against her Seti. Now, what do I even do? Okay, that's fine because we have Aram after all, right? So we're gonna combo Aram with Summer Huayang, so she can proc my backline. And let's see, who do I want my backline to be? Preferably a fire unit that kills everything. But is there even a unit like that? Hmm. Well, maybe maybe Benimaru is fine here. Sure. We have Benimaru here. Oh, good. Oh wait, I can't really gain enough against Poly. Okay, maybe not Benimaru. You know what? I think Flan is fine. Sure, why not? I'm gonna kill everything anyway, so we go with Flan. And we go with maybe Last Rider Crow for more damage and immunity, right? So, yep, it should be fine. And let's see how it goes.
If you have no use, stop existing. You outlived your
Okay, so
usefulness.
Hasedi goes first.
Now
Okay,
rest in peace.
and nothing happens, and we get Vigor, and we get a proc on the highest defense, which is Young Senya, but that's fine. I did 25k by the way. Okay, okay. Well, this is gonna proc, but I don't think this kills because I have a lot of barrier. Yep. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna push Flan next with a Soul Burn, and this is gonna destroy his entire team, right? Because I'm gonna do so much damage here with this combo. And look at that. Look at that. I S3 this. I have a Vigor buff, Afternoon Flame by the way. So yeah, this is gonna do a lot of damage. One shot. I don't really need to S3 around because everything's already dashed. But you know, I'm just gonna S3 for fun. And this is why she's good against Hasedi, right? It's like, you know, sure, they're gonna have Poly to stop Young Senya, but now we have another Hasedi counter. So that's pretty nice, right? Okay. I guess I don't really need the Last Rider Crown here. You know what? Sure. I guess I'll bring FCC next time to mitigate Young Senya's damage. Although I have to say, because I have prot set right on Last Rider Crown, so I didn't really take much damage from Senya S2. Okay, let's give it another try. Um, hmm, Okay, this is a really tanky team, right? So let's see. Let's see. So we're gonna run around here with Strays, and let's see how it goes. Because we did run around with, you know, Wayang, right? So now we're gonna try a mid with Strays. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Okay. So the idea is, you know, okay, I have to say though, like effectiveness buff isn't that useful, obviously, but you know, like I'm using her mainly for the S3, right? The reset on Strays. So we're gonna go here, and Strays is gonna go. I'm not sure if I'm killing though, because he has a Ilinef, but that's fine, because we're gonna go again. Oh, he almost killed. Okay, okay, that's fine, because now we can go again, right? If we fail to kill once, we go again. All good. So now we can go again, because we boost 100%, and this should be able to kill everything. And my power is going next, so yep. This is, you know, a pretty good use case um of Aram, right? And this should kill everything. Very nice. Look, this guy has 4 tanks on his team and he just died. So that's basically the 2 most common use case of Aram. One with a mid, one with Strays. One with a mid and Strays, the other one with like Huayang into her steady, right? So that's about it. And thanks everyone for watching, and hope to see you guys next time.